And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Humankind in our money maxing run. And you can see we are making 1.7k a turn here. So it's not going to take us very long. We're going to start rolling through merchant stars is what we're hoping to do. How much does it cost to catch you? Pretty expensive, right? Yeah, pretty expensive. We'll still pick it up in a turn or two, but pretty expensive. And then I think, influence-wise, the next big influence purchase is probably going to be trying to pick up a monument. Probably try to make the run to Great Zimbabwe if I can pick it up in time. Pick the Grain Star, pick the Merchant Star.
Don't think it's over yet. What about the seabed and the stars?
I don't know how we discovered 100% of the world, but we just did. So that means I know all of the land, because it doesn't count the oceans, apparently. From a discovery standpoint. Okay. Every last hex is known and or owned. Okay. And we have enough that we can go into the next era. We're not exactly ready for that. We got choices. If we want more... Is this another dock? No. I can definitely see the Venetian dock being there in my district. No, it's a market quarter. +1 money on tile, producing money. +2 money. Influence dock, or influence money combo. Money per number of trade routes, number per naval trade route, influence per number of trade routes. Venetians and the merchant, their choice. Looking through quickly to see which merchant options we have. The Dutch. BOC warehouse. More money. Money per adjacent warehouse, or per adjacent harbor. Doubling down on benefits from our harbors. Money per pop in all cities. Okay. Caribbean pirates. Okay, so if we want to go money, it looks like it's the Dutch or the Venetians. I'm looking to see if anyone has docks for the memes. Probably not going to go more docks. I think the 2 docks early on were working. Especially if it's not coupled with trade. Oh, Caribbean pirates have no emblematic district, but they have boats and gun troops. Okay. Yo ho, and a bottle of rum. Yes. We're not ready for that. We want to get our merchant stars first. Want to get our very profitable merchant stars. Probably do something to stabilize this city, in hindsight. Of course, the solution to that in the short term is probably find more trade goods. More variety of trade goods.
Yes, greetings.
Which that might be hard to do.
It was not love or hate at first sight. Let's see.
Your empire is an enigma.
Come, sit near me, my friend. Let us talk.
Okay, trading the variety. So we're not going to get any more stability from that pathway. That probably does mean we're looking at garrisons or commons quarters for our stability to try to restabilize this place. We got a couple turns before it becomes a serious issue. Oh, or the other option is I can do stone rings, put a holy site out for plus 20 stability. Probably do the holy sites. Devon Foreign War, good to know. And
Tell
then
me
trade
about
wise, we
yourself.
do have strategics we can buy from you, so we'll start working on that. Save a little money.
30
As
market
feudal
quarters.
structures prove
I'm
practical
guessing
for both
that your
farming
next
and
project will
warfare,
be building enough vaults to
certain
store all
codes
the
and
loot.
practices arise that, ideally, ensure a fair and honourable society.
We had 2 quests there. We hit 15 market quarters, and we completed chivalry. And we're the first, I don't know, Science Star, New Winter could be chosen. That's not the feudalism, was one of the first twos. Yeah, great Zimbabwe.
Here is a proposal to get your proposal.
So currently have the upgrade to our elephants. Ah, I grabbed the thing we were gonna grab.
Fall in.
Bit of a shame. Probably just go back to land at this point.
Patrolling, Commander.
Oh no, I'm getting attacked by barbarians! Oh no! Run away. Out-of-date troops do not want to be facing barbarians. Interesting. That doesn't appear to be one of the neighbors, so it might actually just be a spawn-in, which isn't particularly great for us. Suppose in response, I should actually have these guys coming right down. These are the guys who probably want to fighting them.
Your empire is an enigma.
It is good to see a friendly face in this fickle world.
So at this point, I think we have bought all the things to buy, trade-wise. Trade be a booming.
Have our orders.
Upgrading the knights, that should make them a little bit more capable of defending themselves if they get attacked.
It is always a pleasure to see you, friend.
And yeah, we're letting the money flow through us at this point. Still got 2 more merchant stars to go, although we're doing almost 2,000 a turn, so that's not going to take long. Slowly drifting towards the 60%. Also, at this point, we're not ready to assimilate them until we get another slot. Don't know if there is one. Oh, there is one. It's theology. It's the next one. There's our next slot. Did I pick up the absorb? City? Is that in this era? There is absorb city. We'll have to take military architecture at some point so that we can merge cities. We got 2 really small cities. Okay. Michael's turn. We've claimed the monument, right? So I need to get the monument built at some point. We're coming up on building it. Yes, you were the next. I don't think there's a particular place it should be built, although it's recommending there. That seems about as reasonable as anywhere, honestly. Anyway, I can just pay money to complete that and get you on that project. Okay. 13 turns, that'll be done. We might want it done a little bit faster than that, but yeah, buy this one out. Add you to the list. It's 7 turns. Same here. Buy you out. Add you to the list. Get it building faster. And you probably got the gist here. We buy it out. Add you to the wonder. Get the wonder going faster. Could do a little bit of stabilizing here. We're at 35%. That's not as desperate as the one that's at 0. Expecting to drop to 0. The fact that approval is not instant, but it takes time, definitely makes cities a little bit more stable in this game. Theology complete, so there's our city limit. Good to see.
On the lookout.
Oh, we're getting attacked again. So they're pick the fight if they're going to continue to attack us like this. Run away again. Cavalry are good. There goes our scouts. Our old scouts are gone. Oh well, not the end of the world. And the merchant stars have been earned. We got one more we want to go with. 13k more to go. So honestly, 4 or 5 more turns. That might just... I think we might actually go for the next science star as well. So 2 more techs. Go 2 more techs. Yeah, guilds in the furnace steel, and then we'll tech up at that point. And then we gotta decide what I want to do in early modern. Sorry about the moment of silence there, and I cough. Getting close, which is experiment, we're up to 59%. Break 60%, we can take it over.
Your empire is an enigma.
I can
Come, sit near me, my friend. Let us talk.
Oh.
Oh, there's some stuff I could buy in the buy the lead.
Have a seat. Have a glass. Let's get...
Tell me about yourself.
I'm the man that buys.
You have
all
my
the
ear.
things. Okay, cycling turn. Okay, I'm being warned if we don't get this by stable soon, we may end up with a rebellion, which is true. To be fair, that is true. Looking at for bonuses there. Plus 10, plus 10. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable price for that. Put that there. I'm doing that because I can buy this now. Apparently we got a pretty large deficit here. Okay. Okay. Provided this is going to be stability and influence, it doesn't really matter where it is. Although it may make sense to put it somewhere where we're not going to be wanting further resources. That's because it's providing bonuses off of something else there. Not sure I really want it there. Put it there. And yeah, finish up the Great Zimbabwe and move on to that next. Staging units another minus 20. Okay, so that'll get us into the positives at least. Might not be by itself enough, but it's a step in the right direction. Justice for all. An intriguing letter has arrived from the palace. The famous poet and thief Lodges has been arrested again by overzealous city watch guards in the city of Kumbi Saleh. He is currently languishes in City Gal, waiting for trial. He swears he suffered a great injustice this time and promises to write an ode to your glory. Should you pardon him, what should you do? Disregard, get influence, or pardon him for some fame? Pardon him for some fame. If the only crime is spread a theory, then what is the harm of releasing him in exchange for some glory?
Have a seat. Have a glass. Let's get to know each other.
Your empire.
I can see the bigger picture.
See the bigger picture.
With 10-meter walls over 1,000 years old, it is easy to believe this was the seat of a great empire.
And it arguably was. The Empire didn't last, but Seat of Great Empire, yes. Okay, let's get that stone rings done. Get you another 20 stability, so we can get you above 25. Above 30, which is the range where we might be a little mutinous. Try and end the mutiny.
It is good to see a friendly face in this fickle world.
This proposition should be in all. I can.
No, so in a couple turns we'll be able to claim the next one. I think with Notre Dame or Angkor Wat. Again, both pretty good sources of stability, faith, cool. Probably grab one of those.
A holy site built to provide a place of worship and a place of peace. The people will be appreciative.
Got our trade insurance, cool. Super trader. Money in harbor, that's actually even bigger. Okay, you're now going back above mutinous. It's gonna take a little while to get there. Harbor. We'll do money on harbor here. And this is so we got a little bit of delay before we get the next wonder, which we need another turn for. Unless we're in the position where we can. We're at 60%. It needs to be more than 60%. Either that or there's rounding. It's rounding to 60. It needs to be above 60. 60 or above. Hard to tell. At least one more turn. And if we're going one more turn, I'm going to take the wonder instead. And then we'll be thinking about it. So the Green Star. Treaty. New wonder can be claimed. Merchant Star is done. So we're waiting for the Science Star, which is in the next three turns. Let's spend this money. So we're gonna buy out the fish market, that gets Notre Dame started. Buy out the fish market, that gets Notre Dame started. Going faster. Back to you. Money market done there. Notre Dame. And yeah, this is probably where I spend the most of the money. 5 turns for Notre Dame done. And again, we're probably going to go around probably using wonders to boost wonders and religious sites to stability of our realm. We're going back over 30, but we'd like you to probably get to the 70s if we can get it. that one's a bit low. That's probably the next one we're going to move to. Okay, slow the growth down, but in exchange get more construction. That sounds good. Again, we're waiting for tech, so 2 more turns. We'll have our tech done, and we'll go up an era.
So, tell me, you are...
We're not in first, although I don't think there's a lot of fame we can pick up in the current era, so probably want to move up to the next era anyway. Yeah. Pick up that tech one, move to the next era. Destroying my trade routes. Where this war is going on that I'm just ignoring. My furnace, armory, era star done. And yeah, while we're waiting for the era, we'll start in the absorbed city because we might want that. How much influence do I need? You've gone over 60%, so yeah, now we're looking at the point where we're going to do the assimilate here. And in fact, we've got enough influence, so we can just do that.
Unfortunately, this time you are merely a bystander to someone else's glory.
Apparently that was the 10th city I just integrated. Welcome to the collective. I've just inherited a bunch of units that maybe aren't the best of units, but units I inherited. The magic of money.
Keeping an eye out. Wait here. Keeping an eye out.
Cultural heritage, cultural blessing. Multiculturalism or monoculturalism. So this would be plus 10. Or we can get plus 2 per admin center, plus 2 on main plaza. This is probably the stronger side. Yeah, this is probably the stronger side. Oh, the influence right now will take them on.
That should help with simplicity and keep things focused. Depending, of course, on where you go next.
Anyway, it's time to pick. Got the choice between the Venetians, money from trade routes, money from tiles producing money, notably a lot of influence for the Dutch. Which, if we can get adjacencies with our existing harbors, the VOC warehouse is probably better. And it's also plus 1 money per pop. So, bigger the empire, the more profitable the Dutch are. I think I'm going to do the Dutch. Giving my cavalry a bad day. Yeah, we're losing this fight. God, didn't quite get rid of the archer. Anyway, it's the end of the fight, and the barbarians here are having a field day. Stations. Again, I don't think they've set up a city. I think they kind of want to set a city up on us. Is the problem. Okay, let's air up.
Geography, cartography, algebra, optics, astronomy. It's a time of discovery and exploration. But discoveries are not made solely by traders and adventurers. Those who explore with ships and caravans would go in circles without those who explore with pens and parchment. It seems the Dutch have both ships as well as pens and paper, not to mention their vast quantities of cheese.
Gotta have that cheese. New era, new merchant stars to pick up. Already picked up the
Notre
star.
Dame, an impressive achievement built at a time when scientific inquiry and growing faith marched hand in hand.
Okay, so you're going up to 51, so you're much more stable. Although there's an argument that we probably want to stabilize you more so we can do VOC warehouses. Fair enough. Oh, because of how we are on... No VSE warehouse on that island, and then yeah, over there. Okay. It's gonna take us from 70 to 40. That's stable. It could be better, but that's stable. Closing up there, okay. And here we could happily run up to 5. I don't think we have 5 places to put it, but... Again, we had 4 places to put it. So that place should be reasonably stable, although we'll probably want to be doing more to improve stability afterwards. Here we're pretty unstable, so before we add more, we need to do more to stabilize it. Stone ring. Yeah, let's stone ring. We got this fight. I'm just gonna do instant results. Oh, those are the Dacians. Okay. Apparently, if I want to have troops down in my southern area, I gotta negotiate with the locals.
A great mausoleum has been built. Perhaps the next question is, whose body goes inside?
Whose body goes inside? Oh dear. The tough questions. He's asking us the horses. That at least gives us 2 more horses. Oh, that gives me more industry. I'll do that. Okay, spend the money. And then I need to figure out how we want to do our techs, right? So, military architecture is the last one during the previous era. Remast ship gets us our warship if we want better ships. So, probably do that next. Gunpowder for saltpeter. Flyline's a city cap, so there's an argument for going for that. Got the manufacturers do it, do that. So that's access to saltpeter. That's a good use for saltpeter. That's 8 techs. I think that's a good enough future cast for the teching. Yeah, making 4K a turn. Still going to take 6, 7 turns to pick up the merchant star, but that's actually not too bad, I suppose. All things considered. Oh, I never claimed this area in here. Mississippians are apparently taking it over. Or the neighbors took it over. That's fine. As far as we can tell, there is no hidden strategics or luxuries in there. It's just a neighborhood. Random enclave that we let someone else take over.
I'm listening.
Doing a little bit more trading.
Blessings.
Picking up
It was
traders,
not
seeing how
loud
they've
or
changed.
at first sight. Let's see how second sight goes.
Guess most of these guys' ones got broken due to the ongoing war.
Tell me about yourself. I guess I'm not the only one that thinks you're wonderful.
Yes, it is good to see you. Come take a glass at a seat.
Okay. Still waiting for that patronage to come up. We'll see if it happens. I suppose we can apply some influence there. Those areas friendlier, quicker. Dedicated study of structures for military perspective ushers in ideas for devious defense and formidable weapons. Sure. Accept the civic osmosis. Where are you coming from? Somalis. Is that these guys? Oh, that's the Mohawks. That's the Zapotec. Parthians, Visigoths. I'm confused as why there's random Somalis attacking my territory. Okay. Regions are regions. How goes the stability here? Over 30%, but still needs a couple more turns so we can grow. Well, I suppose adding things at this point just lowers the cap. So you can put like 2 more in here. And then we'll have to be looking into where next to get some more stability. Okay, let's let things happen. Money flow. Naturalize or jail. I come bearing steam. We're getting some learning. You know, you're not going to build any more of that. And you need to stabilize more. So you actually need that to be finished, and it's not something I can buy out for you. Buy that. More access to horses. Buy that. And some science. We'll buy that. Okay. Okay. Can I do something to these guys? They're not at 60% yet. No, can't make them go. Okay, I think we're going to be buying stuff in the capital. Buy out you. I think that's all we have to spend for the turn, so let's cycle the turn. Trade is still poached. Okay. Okay, so that gives you enough space to take 2 VOC warehouses. And then I'll need another loyalty or stability increasing building, so another stone ring would not be amiss. Okay. Did I have partial one of these? Yeah, finish the partial one first, please. Taking first one of those merchant stars on the next turn. And 3 masted sail. Get an extendant, so mandate patronage. Next one will have donate generously for more and more money flowing. Okay. Things seem to be going reasonably well. We're making lots of money. cycle the turn. And you're idle for the moment. And yeah, your rest point is below 34, so any lower than that would be a problem. For the moment, help with the stone ring. That is being built elsewhere. Okay, so VOC warehouse will finish next turn. VOC warehouse will finish next turn. Don't have to finish the armory. Okay. Cycle the turn. I suppose I've been mostly ignoring this city. Well, this city... Yeah, that's probably where I should be spending the money to improve the city. Someone has reached the early modern. Oh. Someone's already gone up. Stick to the polls. Oh no, I'm in the early modern era. I thought someone was already going to the next era. No. They only just caught up with me. Only just caught up with me. Oh, we finished that one. And you're probably the next recipient. Don't build it over an emblematic district. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Anyway, that'll get done pretty quickly. That'll give you more support so you can build more Cs, so we can make more money, so we can move through our merchant stars even faster. At this point, I might actually be moving too fast to the merchant stars, but we'll see. Well, Peter. Garrison or Commons Quarter? Yeah, there's definitely some areas where it might make sense to put a garrison because it's the front lines. I'll stabilize the capital a little bit more. This place doesn't even stabilize that much. So let's do the one garrison. We just stabilized you. So more VOCs go in. And then if I want more than that, I need to do more stabilizing. Okay. And then we look at more fortifications. You're stable, and then you're the place I really want to be spending money. We're really going to struggle to hit 60%, or over 60% there, I suspect. So the merchant star picked up. Anyway, we'll pick the next one up in 4 turns? 5 turns? 4 to 5 turns. At which point we'll be looking for other stars to just move the era at that point, because apparently we've gotten all the merchant stars. The thing that had been holding us back in previous eras is no longer the break. Pueblo's population grows. We're open to a new treaty, so we get a trading charter. Oh, I actually have enough to go up to the next tier, which would be you. We'll do that. Highway robbery. Guard, hunt, enlist. Our guild's bound to know who's behind this. This so-called gang will soon be in uniform. New army of reinforcements appears. First trade routes resound with the noise of hooves on dirt, crackling wheels, and fluttering canvas. Caravans loaded with silks, spices, and all manner of goods come and go from far climates, but in the city of this place, convoys are attracting the wrong kind of attention. Merchants wearing gold along route or trade routes are being targeted by a notorious gang, and the traders seek aid. What is your decree? So I go towards economic, which is more income. Only a low chance of good results. I can hunt them down, which moves us towards authority. There's a good chance of results, but in the meantime costs us industry to generate more stability, or we go acquire the problems. We're gonna go with my option. We're rich. It isn't likely to have a good result, but
Blessings on
is what
you.
it is.
Death to your enemies.
You have my ear.
It is good to see a friendly face in this
Tell me about yourself.
Yeah, stuff has been happening with you. We would not maintain those trade routes. I'm not going to worry about it for the moment. What do I need for the next batch of wonders? And we are in the next tier, so we got places like the Palace here, St. Basil's Cathedral, Santa Maria de Fiora. Influence per territory in the region's influence. Pretty good. Taj Mahal. 50% money on settled cities. Machu Picchu. While they're sitting in food equal to 50% of the food produced by Machu Picchu City. Okay. Hotel de Invalid. Money when our units get destroyed, and combat strength, prevention's level. Units suspended in foreign territories grant population to our capital. Once completed, gain 50 fame for each previously claimed cultural wonder in your empire. Once completed, gain 50 fame for each new cultural wonder completed in your empire. So that's probably what we go for first, because we probably want to stack up the fame. And then some of the other ones are really nice. Of course, we need more influence, because apparently I don't need more money. I'm at the point where I don't need more money. The blasphemy that is. %, almost at the point where we can assimilate them. There we go. And we're gonna have these guys go claim the unclaimed territory here, so we can grow that city a bit.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol of power. Only your friends know of the extensive wine cellar.
Centralized power researched. Taxation office. Approved home guard. Picked up the builder's star. Civilization benefits from its proximity to others. Minus 50% on attach, minus 25% on absorb. Placing our existing one. This is swapping from customary to codified. Yeah, we're probably at the point where I don't really care about creating them. Attaching and well, more importantly, absorbing is usually pretty expensive. So. Oh, and I'm at the point where I can client state or assimilate you. We'll come back to that. Yeah, we'll take the replace. Taxation office. And we're so overpopulated here, we got more people than we have jobs. Unemployment in the early modern era. Who could have guessed that could have been a potential thing to happen in the early modern era?
With 15 farmers' quarters, you'll soon be needing another 15 quarters just for food storage.
Nah, we're kind of going just-in-time production, apparently, for food in some of our locations. Not worried about shortage of food storage. How do we want to deal with slaves? I don't. Let's be fair, we don't need slaves. We got money. Why would we want slaves when you have money? Yeah, I think we're going to naturalize colonies here. It's tempting the minus 25 is. I think we're at the point where we're on that cusp on a lot of our places where the stability is more valuable.
That seems to be a bit more humanitarian, though the folks back home might view it otherwise.
The folks back home have all the money. They'll be fine. We there or not quite? Not quite. 6%, but not just enough 60%. I think we're gonna go one more turn. We're gonna pick up this merchant star, and I think that will be where we bring the recording to an end and the stream to an
12
end.
merchant stars. All that glitters may in fact be gold. Furthermore, it's probably in your bank vault.
Probably in our bank vault, yes. Okay, so that's the last jet. The last person just entered the medieval era. We're at the point where we can enter the industrial era, the next era. Yeah, I think we're doing good. We're not quite winning in fame, but we're pretty close to it. We'll look at these in the beginning of next one. But for the industrial era, really, yeah, we probably should pick up that science star up. It's one more tech, but we're about there. We're at the point where we could go up. The biggest argument against not going up is I don't have enough techs. I at least probably want the transition techs so we can pick things up in the industrial era and not be stuck by stuff we don't have in the early modern. So we're looking at least just hang around for 5 more techs. Supply lines into Flintlock. I could probably drop humanism and mercantilism. Delay those. Yeah, I could probably let's drop those. I might reevaluate and pick those up later, but Flintlock, movable type. And then we're looking at the 5th era, potentially. But yeah, the run's going well. We'll see if we can keep the money train rolling. Apparently money-focused is functional. Very functional. So if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. It'll presumably from the next recording session. You're watching on Twitch. This is probably the last call for comments while the stream is live. I'm realizing the ad's just starting, so I'm going to repeat all of this after I bring the stream to a close. But for YouTube, to not drag out the end of the video here, today we were doing Humankind. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming Solar Expanse Demo. We're going to be moving to develop Mars system. in preparation for human arrival. The day after that will be over on... I'm trying to figure out when this because I haven't updated the schedule. Tomorrow's going to be Solar Expanse demo. The day after that is going to be Songs of Six. The day after that, which is Sunday, we'll be doing Humankind again. So we'll be back to this on Sunday. If you're watching this on YouTube, all of that is probably in your past. So feel free to go catch that on the Twitch VODs if you haven't been able to wait for them to show up in YouTube. Again, we're recording ahead so that I have no break, hopefully, while I'm out for 2 weeks during next month. They're going to be 2 separate weeks, so I have a little bit of time to catch up between them, but I do need to be at least recorded like a week ahead, if not 2 full weeks. I try to get everything uploaded from the local recordings in 1080p and 60 frames per second before they come down after the Twitch VOD. We are approaching the point where I will be up to that point where I think we'll be 14 days ahead. Although that will be probably another week or 2 in the future, so it'll be right before I go for the first week. And then obviously while I'm gone, we'll be you guys on YouTube will be catching up. And yeah, I suppose we're kind of waiting for Twitch to come back, but so I can respond to the comments. Oh, actually, the ad must be done because nothing's showing the ads on the browser. But yeah, if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching and you want to leave any comments, now's the time to leave any comments. I'll try to respond to all of them before I bring the stream to a close. I do have a little bit of a sore throat at this point, so it's time that I stop talking soon. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, if you've got any comments as well, feel free to leave them. I will have a save from the end of each stream. So if there's anything you want to see in any of the hidden menus on here that I haven't looked at, feel free to let me know. I can always go load up the save and look at them. I'm not going to magically delete them the moment the run's done. And final reminder, Solar Expanse tomorrow, Shadow Empire, or Solar Expanse tomorrow, Songs of Six the day after that, and then we'll be back to this Humankind on Sunday. And I need to go update the schedule, because I'm trying to read off the schedule from last week, which is not this week. Not this upcoming week, but yeah. Solar Expanse tomorrow, which is the last thing that's actually up to date on the schedule. Songs of Six Saturday. Humankind Sunday. So I hope everyone has been enjoying, regardless of whether you're watching this live on Twitch, watching it later on the Twitch VOD, or watching it over on YouTube. With that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.